I remember when I first came on YouTube, and in the black sector, there were a lot more MGTOW channels than what they are now. It was a lot of brothers that was, MGTOW or hardcore red pill or hardcore black pill. And obviously some of those YouTube channels moved to different places like BitChute, but I followed a lot of them, okay? And a lot of brothers was talking about, yeah, man, I'm not marrying these hoes, not dating these hoes, not getting with these broads. And I noticed that a lot of guys who had this sort of commentary were brothers who were just getting either back on their feet or going through a bad relationship. A lot of guys were either divorced or had gotten taken for a long ride with some chick, right? And so they were starting channels and they were educating other people not to be like them. But then I started to see these channels change a little bit, right? A lot of people started dropping some of the red pill content and some of the MGTOW content. It's not because they didn't believe that it was true. What happened in a lot of cases was these brothers started to make some more money, all right? And then as things got better, some brothers started getting into some truck driving, some brothers started getting into some things. All of a sudden, they dropped the MGTOW off their name. They dropped the red pill off their name. They dropped a lot of these things off of their name. And next thing you know, they in a relationship. So what I'm going to say right now is controversial, but it needs to be said. And I know there are some people who are in the MGTOW community that are doing very well and are stuck to the code. There's some brothers in the red pill community that have stuck to the code. But for a lot of people who are fair weather in the movement, what I want to say is this. It's easy to be red pill or black pill or I don't want these hoes when you broke. That's easy. All right. It's easy to get in comment sections and, make content or get in there, call everybody else simps. And I wouldn't take these broads out and I wouldn't do these for these broads. Well, they ain't checking for you. Because if you're broke and you ain't got nothing to offer and you ain't really doing well, it's easy to say that. It's easy. It's easy to say F these hoes when you can't get them no way, right? At that stage. But what happens when it changes? When you start doing well. Now you got money. Now you got options. Now you can travel. Now all of a sudden you start to see niggas that's claiming this stuff red pill, but now you over in Dominican Republic taking pictures with chicks. Now you got girlfriends in the Philippines. Now you got girlfriends in China. Now it's no longer F these hoes, but let's change our options to dating foreign women. You see, here's what I want to say. And the red pill does save lives, right? And you guys know I'm on the tricking, and I ain't never been no real hardcore, MGTOW guy or hardcore red to the pill or black pill. It's never really been me. I've always been honest to who I am. But I am in these communities, right? And I do, organize content and I collaborate with those people who are like that. I will tell you, brothers, that it's easy to get back into simping once you start doing very well. And this is the conversation for you brothers out there. The things that you learn when you have no money, when you get money and you get success, are the things that you definitely forget. That's why when you know people that do very well, when you know that when they're broke and they don't have nothing, they start acting brand new. We call it brand new, right? They don't know nobody no more. A lot of people get accused of this. Oh, you don't know me. You forgot your roots. This happens to men, man. Once men start doing very well and start getting opportunities and women start checking for you, right? You now got that. You got that shape now. You've been lifting weights. You've been doing a self-improvement. Now all of those things that you've learned online all of the things you've learned from these different communities. And like I said, MGTOW, they teach some good stuff. Red Pill communities, PUAs teach good stuff. Now, what are you going to do when you have the money now? Because now everything changed. You used to live in a 1-bedroom beat apartment. You don't live there no more. All right? You couldn't take trips all the time. You can take them now. Right? So now the challenge is, okay, they wasn't checking for me now. Now they checking for me. What am I going to do now? And now you're in the big game. And see, I see a lot of guys, and I'm not going to call no names, a lot of dudes, dating coaches, red pill guys, guys who are big leaders in the manosphere movement. I'm talking about the white upper tier guys. Those dudes have done different things, man. Gotten wives, got girlfriends, changed religions. All of a sudden, man, for whatever reason. Because the pressure is on now. It's easy to get in the comment section and say, this is what you're doing, or making a video, but now you got the broad in your face. Now you over there, humming. Can I take you out to eat? Can I, And so you can't expose me, nigga. I'm already telling you I'm going to take her out to eat. I'm already telling you I'm going to pay the phone bill, nigga. I'm already said that. So you can't expose me. But for some of you niggas out there, that's going to be a little different. Because it's easy to be talking the red pill stuff hardcore when you ain't got nothing. Now, here's what I want to say. The information that you have learned when you were down and out and going through stuff, whether it be red pill rage, whether it be self-improvement, it's up to you as a brother to not forget your roots. All right? Because, see, here's the situation. A lot of times guys feel like because they know this stuff, oh, well, I know what simping is. I know what it can't happen to me. She knows that I'm not simping. She won't try me. And it's just always like the Reverend C.L. Franklin used to say. Everybody can be tempted by Satan. Because the devil tempted Jesus. You know, people who've been going to church for 30, 40, 50 years. I know I'm saved. I know I'm sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost. I know I'm going to heaven. My granddaddy used to always talk about, my grandma would talk about that and stuff like that. But guess what? You always vulnerable. You know, just because you learn a new concept don't make you vulnerable. You got guys who've been shooting free throws all their life and will still miss it at game time. LeBron James been in the NBA 15 years. Game on the line will miss a free throw. So it's up to brothers, man, to really understand. It's a different ball game when you start getting success. When you start getting money, that's when we know who you are. When you start getting easy access to women, that's who we know who you are. When you broke and ain't got nothing, that ain't no challenge. But when you start really getting on people's radars and women start wanting you and you get into different communities and you get into a different level, when everything start changing, that's when we know what you made of. So that's the ultimate test. This ain't a test watching red pill videos and subscribing to red pill content and Googling red pill content. That's just the beginning. When you get tested, when things are going good for you, that's when you get tested. So brothers, make sure that you understand that. All right. If you don't understand nothing else, you need to understand that part, because a lot of y'all act like you can't fall back into this simping thing. You act like, you know, man, I can't do, it ain't gonna happen to me. You know how many emails I get from guys that happen to? You know how many dating coaches that's happened to? Do you know how many red pill, big time dudes that have been anchors in the movement that has happened to? We talking about guys who paved the way for the entire manosphere, white or black, have fell back into simping. So, you know, you guys take that in consideration, man. Stay true to what you believe in, even when it's temptation. Now, let me also say this real quick, because some of y'all going to fall back into simping anyway. Y'all going to come on here and lie and say that you're not. Bonus tip. Forgive yourself for falling back into simping, okay? When you start getting some money, you start getting some resources, you start going to different places, you start getting to a new crowd of people, it's going to shell shock you. If you first go to Brazil, you first go to the DR, you first go to the Philippines, you first go to any place like that, Africa, whatever, it's gonna shell shock you. You're gonna think like, man, they treat me so much different. Man, it's much better than where I'm at, whatever. You might fall back into simping, dog. Because again, you got a newfound wealth, a new body, a new outlook, new resources. You might get played again. Here's the thing, though. Forgive yourself. All right? Forgive yourself. It can happen. It happens to the best of the people, man. Best cornerbacks get burned for touchdowns. All right? The best receivers drop passes. The best red pill guys fall back into simping. I've seen it. I've been in this community for 5 years. I done seen the white ones fall. I done definitely seen the black ones fall. I done been, on the cliff my damn self here and there. So, I'm talking about experience. So, just understand, man, anything is possible, brothers. But make sure you keep on your grind. Keep doing what you need to do. Always remember, everything is easy to be red pill when you're broke. It's hard to be red pill when you got money, okay? Hard to be, hardcore, I ain't F these hoes when you got money. All right? But anyways, let me go back into this, guys. Thank you for subscribing. Hit the bell. Like the content. It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, with the Big Black Podcast mic. I hope I'm sounding pretty good. For those people who want to contact me, planetoshay@gmail.com. All my contact information is in the first comment. Thank you for all the brothers supporting me on patreon.com/Negro Manosphere. I want you guys to continue to support us at $5 a month. I'm about to post over there tonight. Thank you, brothers, for the continued support. Thank you for supporting the NegroManosphere.com. Get all our free ebooks there below. Right? I got 4 ebooks for you. Make sure you get them. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I'm out.